My name is John Pasfield, and the title of this reading will be John and Cassandra, Video 4, Meeting Cassandra, Part 2. That is the second meeting between John and Cassandra. So here is my novella, John and Cassandra, Fair is Fair. My name, of course, is on the cover. The big fellow in the middle is Apollo, a god. The two little people are John and Cassandra, two humans. John is an actual human. Cassandra is a human character, originally in the Iliad by Homer. Here's a summary on the back cover. Author John Pasfield contemplates writing a novel about the mythological figure Cassandra. Suddenly, he finds himself in the presence of her tormentor, Apollo, the god who, seemingly as a whim, has brought a catastrophic curse down on the head of an innocent human. John sees Cassandra as a mythical creature whose helpless situation epitomizes all that is wrong on the planet Earth. What a chance to confront a representative of the gods, ask him to explain such actions, and demand an immediate end to all of the agony of the world. So John is going to go and see Apollo and speak on Cassandra's behalf. In between visits to Apollo, he reports back to Cassandra. In what I call the outer story of this book, John is sitting in his car beside the river in the village near which he lives and polishing a chapter of a novel on which he's been working. He is well aware at some level of his mind that a major war has broken out halfway around the world. And while he consciously sits beside the river and works on his novel, he subconsciously imagines himself present at a war which, whether actual or fictional, has become a mythical version of all the wars that have ever been fought. Now, in chapter 5 of his daydream, John finds himself for a second time in the presence of the girl Cassandra, a princess of the ruling family of Troy. So let's go to chapter 5, which is on page 25, and we'll read the passages. Here we are, in which Cassandra speaks to John. So their second meeting, the first segment. I saw a shepherd once in the marketplace. Such are the visions that come to me, John. I broke from the royal train. I went over to him as he stood on the edge of the crowd. Your boy will fall into the fire, I said. You must never leave him alone. The shepherd was stunned. He didn't know what to say. A royal princess had deigned to speak to him. The others came over quickly. They hustled me away. Your Highness neglects to be regal, they said. She must always take care to never forget herself. So that's segment 1 of Cassandra speaking to John. We leave out about a page or so of imagery, and we go to the second segment, Cassandra speaking to John again. They think that I'm crazy, John. They think that I'm insane. They are going to lock me up. Of that I am sure. My parents don't wish to do so, but the advisors carry great weight. They claim to be in touch with the thoughts of the gods. My parents don't know what to say to me. They see me as lost to them. They have a war to fight, and my problems simply complicate their lives. I fear that they will abandon me to the others. I fear that they will let me be put away. I have no idea of your powers. If you can speak to them, John, I pray that you will do so. Please, John, make my parents understand. Okay, then we skip another page or so of imagery. Go to the third segment of this meeting. Cassandra is speaking again. There was a lady in the palace. Do you know what a waiting lady is for? They help those of us who are regal get through the day. Well, I went over to her in the throne room. All of the business was done for the day. Both you and your daughter will come to survive this war. The lady was taken aback. John, she didn't know what to reply. In a moment, I was surrounded and hustled away. Of course, I didn't tell her. I didn't have the heart that both the lady and her daughter were bound to be slaves. And then we go, again, skipping a page or so, to the fourth segment of this meeting with Cassandra speaking to John again. I wouldn't bother to talk to Apollo, John. He's arrogant, petty, and cruel. Go directly if you can and talk to Zeus. Don't even mention me if you feel that it would undermine your suit. Ask Zeus to relieve this suffering. Be sure to use the word please, that the gods have visited on the people of the earth. Ask Zeus if he will please end this war. I would gladly sacrifice myself if my plight wrings any pity from the gods. Talk to Zeus. He's the chief god. He's the king of all the gods. He has the final say on everything they do. If you can persuade him, the other gods will fall into line. So that's that meeting in chapter 5 between John and Cassandra. Dreams and nightmares are the creative writers of the human imagination. Whether a person is a creative fiction writer or not in his or her daily world, each person on earth is the creator of fiction in the daydream or the night dream world. John has a daydream about the agonies of the disadvantaged of the world, in which he casts Cassandra in the role of the representative of all the people on the earth who are suffering. Now, our imaginations, our creative imaginations, create our nightmares as plots, as stories with beginnings, middle, and ends. So the question for us to ask at this point in the reading of this story is, will this daydream have a positive ending, or will this daydream have a negative ending? John's mind has cast Cassandra in the role of the representative of all of the people of the world of his time, of all the people in the world of the past, and all the people of the world in the future who are suffering unjustly. Cassandra has appealed to John for help. This is the second of John's 4 visits to Cassandra. John's first 2 visits with her tormentor Apollo have not gone well, but John pledges to continue to speak to Apollo on her behalf. Will John be able to help Cassandra? And by doing so, figure out how to bring relief to all the suffering people of the world? Well, stay tuned. Once again, this is my novella, John and Cassandra, Fair is Fair. It's found on Amazon, where there's more information. My publisher's website is roxmillspress.com. There's more information there. And my website is John Passfield, all one word, JohnPassfield.ca, where there are 2 free books. I always write a planning notebook as I'm planning and writing a book, and I always write a journal of response as I'm polishing that book. So those 2 books are there. If you click on the cover icon at johnpassfield.ca, you'll get to read them for free. Lastly, I'll just say thank you for watching this video.